If you are spending $100 a day on Google ad and you feels like you just burn money, this video is for you. Most people copy what big advertisers do. They run too many campaigns, random keywords, no clear offer, and then they say Google ad does not work. In this video, I will show you exactly how would I run Google ad with a small budget so you can get more leads, sale without wasting the budget. I am going to give you my small budget system and show you how to actually set up the campaign inside Google Ads. Hi, my name is Arvind and I have been running Google Ads from last 5 years, working with small to medium sized businesses, freelancers and coaches. I know what it is like starting with a small budget and being scared to waste it. So in this video, we will walk you through with what exactly is a Google Ads small budget, which campaign type is the right to start with, what are the primary settings of those campaign, a simple framework I call the small system, and few advanced tricks that will still work in 2026 without overcomplicating the things. So what is a small budget? For this video, I am talking about anyone spending under $3,000 a month. So under $100 a day, maybe you are even with $20 or $50 a day, that is totally fine. You can succeed with a small budget, but goal is different. Your goal is to buy data, find a profitable combination of offer, keywords, ads, and the landing page, and then scale what works. With small budgets, simplicity wins. You cannot afford to be a cute, random, or let's test everything kind of mindset. We need a clear system. That's where my small budget system comes in. When you are running a Google ad with a small budget, remember this framework, SMALL. So small, S stand for a single focus, one campaign type, one main offer, and one clear avatar. Okay, so need one clear prospect you are going after. M stand for micro location and message. So very tight location wherever you are advertising your services and your ad copy match with the location intent. Okay. And the A stand with affordable intent keywords. You want to target keywords which are affordable, not too expensive, but highly relevant with your offer or your service. L stand for the lean structure. Few campaign, few ad groups, and tightly themed keywords. And last one is a learn and optimize fast. You want to learn what you are tracking and you want to learn what data is telling. So this is a very simple, small framework. And if you follow this framework, you have a high likely chances to get a profitable ad, even if you are working with a small budget. So when you are starting out with a small Google ad budget, your best friend is the search campaign. You don't want to start with any other campaign because your account is new or your budget is low and then you want to have more data. So it is very likely that you will end up with a search campaign. Most people make a mistake that they start with a video or a display campaign, which you don't want to make a mistake. Otherwise, you will burn the money like anything. So let's jump on to the Google Ad interface. We're going to come up here, click a new campaign over here. You can choose the objective, but normally I start with a create a campaign without a guidance. And then this is the campaign you want to start with. You don't want to start anything else except search campaign. The reason we are going with a search campaign because people are actively searching their intent and it does not require any video. It does not require any fancy creative. So it is the easiest place to start with when you have a small budget. Performance Max require videos, where assets, images, and all other things which require more budget. So it is safe to start with a search campaign and then you can expand your campaign once you are become profitable and you have more money to spend. But to starting with a small budget, we only want to focus on a search campaign with a clear offer and clear avatar. Okay, over here you can choose the conversion. As this is a new account, we haven't set up any conversion inside. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say sign up and then come up here and click continue, and then continue. You can choose this option, but it's not necessary. And over here, you just give a name to the campaign. Okay. Then click on to continue, start new. Okay. Over here, most of people get confused with the bidding strategy they should use. Most of the time, people go for the clicks if they are having a new ad account. But if you are dealing with a small budget, I would recommend that you should go straight onto the conversions. So you set up your conversion action and go for the conversion. Okay, and you don't have to set a target cost per action, because as this account is new and you have no lot of data, so you can leave this option and then come up here on to the next. And as we are starting with a small budget, the very important thing to keep in mind is to turn off these two settings, because you don't want to show your ad on accept search. You don't want to show on a Google Search Partner Network. You don't want to show your ad onto the display network. So we're gonna turn off these settings, and over here is the location setting. Location setting is if you are running with a small amount of budget and you are running a brick and mortar store in a specific location, you want to be very specific with your location. So when you come up here, enter your location, and then you go up here. Let's say I'm in Sydney. So let's say my business is in Sydney. Then I can choose the location Sydney, or what you can do is you can choose your business address. So what you can do here, you can come up in a radius and put the business address here, and how far you serve your services, just choose that area. So let's say if your services is limited to 10-kilometer radius, you don't want to go more than 15 or 20 or 30. Most people I see that they come up here, they start with a small budget, and then they just go randomly onto the entire country or entire state. Especially if you are running a brick and mortar store, and then if you are targeting a state wise, then there is a chances that you're going to lose money anyway. So this is the one of the most important setting inside the location. Okay. And the second thing over here is you want to choose this option, people in or regularly in your included location, because you don't want people showing interest in your location. You want people to be around your location in or regularly in your included location. Okay. And this setting is, we're gonna keep it as it is. There is nothing over here, and then we're gonna choose up here and then come up here in the audience segment. So inside the audience segment, you can see that this is a new account. It does not have any audience or selected audience before. But if you are running with the new Google Ad account, then you might see the same option. But if you have an old account, then you might see the suggestion of the audience segments here, and you can go around 5 to 10 audience segment related to your businesses or services. Over here, I want to focus on this third point, which is a focus on one offer and one customer avatar. So if you are running with a small budget, you want to clearly define what is your offer and who is your customer avatar, who is your target audience. Because if you don't define that thing, the higher chances that you will go random and you will lose the money. So for example, if you have 5 services you want to offer to your audience, just pick one which is the most profitable one, and then advertise to start with that particular offer. Because if you start with 5 of the services, your budget is not gonna compensate, and you will not have enough data, and you don't have enough impression clicks, so you can learn and you can implement inside your Google ad, and you will lose the money. So over here, just start with the one offer and with the one customer avatar. And another important point over here is on focus on the bottom of the funnel keywords. What do I mean by that? Like inside the funnel, there is a top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and the bottom funnel. So if you know that people who are in the bottom of the funnel, they are most likely to buy your services or your product. But as we are dealing with a small budget, these are the only audience we want to target, because if we go on to the top of the funnel, people who are not even aware about your product or services, or maybe they are not even looking for your services yet. So what will happen if you target those people, or if you target those kind of keywords, then chances are your ad will not go for the conversion. Even in the middle of the funnel, people are looking for the services, but they are not ready to buy. So what we left with is the bottom of the funnel. So we highly target people who are ready to buy and who are looking to buy, so that we can have a more ROI from our Google ad spend. So making sure that you focus on the bottom of the funnel, and then chances that your ad will become profitable if you are targeting the highly intent keyword. And the another important point here is having a very specific message inside your ad copy, in your headline and your description. Because the thing is, we are dealing with a small budget, we have to be a laser focus and have a laser focus ad copy inside our ad. If we are going to use a very generic keywords or very weak copy, chances that no one will going to click on our ad, and then our budget will be wasted. For that reason, have a very specific message inside your ad copy, on your headline and description. So this point we have already discussed, that we need to have a right location setting, targeting the right people. The another thing is show your ad according to your business operating hour. This is the mistake I always see in all of the account people who are running a brick and mortar. Their ad is running 24-hour when their store is open only from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So even if they're running with a small budget, what the Google will do is, let's say for example, you're spending $30 a day, and then you're running your ad for 24 hours. So technically you have only $1.20 to spend per hour. So what I recommend over here is, so if you are running a brick and mortar store and you have operating hours, make sure your ad is running around those hours, not 24 hours, because you want to compress that budget in the particular operating hours. Okay, so if we go inside the Google ad, you will see that we have a ad schedule here. So most of people, what happen is they leave this one on all day. So you want to set it up this one according to your operating hours. Either is an all day, let's say you are open from 8 o'clock to, let's say, 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock, so that is a 17. Okay, and if you are closed on Saturday or something like that, then you can choose this option from Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Again, same thing, like let's say for example, if you are a plumber and you have you are providing services to people who emergency plumbing, like after 10 o'clock you want to show your ad after 10 o'clock, then you can set up all of this setting over here. So in the more setting, you will see that there is a setting of the ad rotation, start date, campaign URL, or page feed. You don't need any of this one. This one can be done. You can, if you want to control your ad, or you want to show, and you want to test different copies and stuff, then you can go for do not optimize and rotate indefinitely. Google does not recommend that, but you want to go for this one. Okay. And then we go into the next. And this is a new feature, AI Max for search campaign. Most of the time, I don't recommend this setting, but as Google is becoming more advanced, these things are becoming very handy. So what you want to do is, if you want to test this one, even with your small budget, you have to be very, very careful, because you don't want to waste too much budget on irrelevant searches. If you want to test out this setting, go for optimize your campaign for AI Max, and the only setting you want to disable is a final URL expansion. So the reason why you don't want to go for the final URL expansion is that what this setting does, it will send people to a different landing page which you have choose. So if Google thinks that they might need to go on the contact us page, they will end up on the contact page, or they might end up on a FAQ page, so which we don't want, because we are testing a specific offer, specific ad copy and a specific landing page. So if you want to test out, you can test out this test customization. But over here, the caveat is your landing page or your website must have a well-written content. So if your website does not have a well-written content either on the landing page or on your website, this thing can be a messy. So make sure you only use this setting if your website or your landing page is well established. Otherwise you will end up with so many irrelevant searches and you will lose the budget. Mostly what happen is you will have a lot of search impressions and you does not have any click, and that's how you drop your CTR. Then you drop your quality score. When quality score drop, then your budget or the cost per click of your ad goes up. It's like having a vivid circle of inconsistency. So while you are to test it out this AI next, make sure you keep this thing in mind. So if you have all this well-written landing page or having a well-written website, then you can go for it. Okay, and then over here we don't need to use anything, and then let's go next. Over here, keyword and SEO suggestion. So what this one does is you put your URL and then it will give you keywords and SEO suggestion. But keep in mind, we are going for a very specific and very single focus campaign and keywords. So we must know what keywords we are going to target. So if you see that over here, which is have a clear intent with your keyword strategy. So we are going for the bottom of the funnel keywords. So we want a keywords that are closely or very close to the conversion. Make sure you have done your keyword research beforehand so that you can put your keywords inside your ad group. The other thing I want to show you is this is a Google ad account structure. If you see here, this is the framework you want to follow inside any Google ad account. Let's say for the small budget, you just want to focus on this one campaign. Okay, one campaign with one ad group or two ad group, depending on how many services you are advertising. As this is a small ad account budget, we might be advertising only one service, so you might end up with the one ad group and very tight theme keywords. And then inside these ad group, you will have a 1, 2 or maximum of 3 ads. Normally you want to test out with the 2 ad copy and then one specific landing page related to those tightly themed keywords. So if you can break down your services into a 2 theme keywords, then you can have a 2 ad group with a tightly knit keywords inside those ad group, and then have a specific ad copy on those related to those keywords. So what you want to do is you want to have a keywords which you are targeting, tightly themed keywords you are targeting, and then those keywords inside your ad copy, on your headline, on your description, onto your call to action, and same thing goes on to your landing page. So that way you will have a higher relevancy while your ad is showing inside the Google. Okay, so over here you can put your landing page final URL. Over here you need to put a very tightly themed keywords following up this particular structure, or which I have explained to you earlier. And then once we have done that one, as you see that ad group setting for AI Max. So if you have turned on the AI Max setting, you will see this option. If you haven't set up, then you will not see that. Okay, and if you have set up this setting, all you need to do is location of interest, add a location of interest over here. And if you need to add any brand inclusion, you can do that. Expand your Google. So use search term matching for this ad group. So you can see that, okay, this is expanding on the search term which we are providing. So again, my recommendation would be to experiment AI Max, but if you don't want to, you can turn off this option and just go for a single focus and high intent keywords and targeting, offer, copy and landing page options rather than going for this one. Over here you can see that then you just need to put your final URL, you need to put your headlines and your description, and Inside the headline, the best tool for the writing a headline or ad copy, make sure that whatever keywords you are using, you put them into the headline and onto your description, because that's create a relevancy, and relevancy belong to more click-through rate. If you have a more click-through or you have a better CTR, then your chances are you will get more outside of the Google Ads. And that relevancy follow from your keywords, follow from your ad copy, follow from to your landing page. So if everything match from search term to keywords to your ad copy to your landing page, then the user have a seamless experience, and then you are more likely or have a higher likely chances to get conversion out of it. So the next point is having a proper conversion tracking setup. So conversion tracking is a crucial part if you are running with a small ad account or small ad budget. The thing is, if you are not tracking what is important to you or what moves the needle inside your business, the chances that Google will not know what is important for you. Most people, what they do when they set up a Google ad, they don't even set up the conversion tracking a right way. So what, let's say you are a plumber and the main focus for you to get a call from the Google ad. So your conversion, most important conversion or primary conversion action for you might be a call, and the second might be if someone fills up the form, that might be a primary conversion action for you. You don't want to track a page view, or if someone lands on your website, you don't want to track as a primary conversion, because it has a no relevancy to your conversion action. So make sure the conversion action you are targeting has a value inside your business, because page view does not fulfill any value. It does not ring the bell. It does not give you inquiry. So you don't want to track those vanity metrics to start with. So set up a right conversion tracking so it can help Google Ads to learn faster, and you can make an informed decision inside your Google ad. And the other thing over here, the next point is use a specific landing page for your ads. This is very important for the service-based businesses. Mostly what they do, they set up a Google ad, and then what they do is they send people on to the website or to the contact us page or to the FAQ or to the about us. Like, that does not make any sense, because the person who is searching for it, he is looking for the services, he is looking for the way to give you the information or get the information out from you. So if you send that user to a page which is not relevant or which is not designed properly to get all the information out from the user, or you want to give the information to the user, the chances are that user will fall off and you will not get conversion. So the solution for this one is to have a specific landing page. For example, if you are a emergency plumber, okay, you only work on a on-call services and you work in the night, so you want to build up a emergency plumbing services landing page. So your keywords are saying 24-hour emergency plumber, and when you are using that exact keyword inside on your ad copy, 24-hour emergency plumber, and the same thing when someone land on your website, 24-hour emergency plumber, you can see that how much relevancy is going through with this stuff. So make sure whatever services you're doing, so as you are starting with only one services, so make sure you have a specific landing page set up for that particular services. Okay, so this can create a higher relevancy and your ad will perform well. And I have seen that in so many ad accounts, that once they switch to a specific landing page, their conversion will go up. And this is a very important thing, which is if you have a email list of your previous customers. For example, you are running a business and then you are interacting with a customer, and you must have some sort of email data stored on your POS or in your CRM or wherever you store your emails. So the good thing is you want to extract those emails and put them into your inside your Google ad. And what it does, then it can create a relevant audience. And for those relevant audience, you can target and you can tell Google, okay, I want to create this, but I want to target this kind of people who are already my customer, and I want you to look for people who match the same characteristic. So having a email list and putting them inside the Google ad can also help you to have a better result, even if you're running a small with a small budget or a big amount budget. Having an email list connected with your Google ad account, connected the audience, it is a very helpful thing, and you will amazed to see the result once you have done this one. Okay, and another point, which is most of the people who are running with a small ad budget, they don't have a patience. Patience is the key, because you don't want to make any unnecessary changes. The thing you want to avoid is unnecessary changes, because once you set up the campaign, you don't want to come up after 4 hours and see, oh, this is not working. Can I change the ad copy now? Can I change the description? Oh, can I change this? Can I change that? You don't want to do that one. If you do that one, then Google ad will never learn. And the other thing, which is I think is more important, you want to give it a time to Google ad, let's say at least 15-20 days before you make any decision. Okay, so the thumb rule is, if you want to make any changes to your ad copy or on your ads, you at least have 1,000 impression and 100 clicks before you even touch the ad copy. So as you are dealing with a small budget, you might not get that many impression if you are competing in a high niche, but let's say 500 impression and 50 clicks at least on minimum side, if you want to set up if you want to touch your ad. The other thing you can do, that if you see that this is the my Google ad optimization checklist, this tells you like what you need to do on weekly, monthly, or fortnightly basis. So you can follow up this system. I will drop the link below this video, so you can download and make a copy and follow the optimization checklist to this list. Okay, so this list worked very well, so you don't miss anything. So check out in the comments and I will drop the link. Okay, and the next important thing is use all the available extension to have a better visibility, CTR, and more real estate. Inside your Google ad, if you go over here, you will see these are the site links, these are the call outs. And then if you click on this one, you will have a promotion, prices, call, structure snippet, all of this one. You want to set up all of this one according to your business. You want to make use of all of these site links or all of this extension as much as possible. The reason behind that one is, when you have all of this extension, what it does, it provides you more real estate. There is no guarantee that if you use this one and Google will show these site links all the time, but if you have those site links or these extensions set out, chances are that Google will show them, and once it will show, you will have more real estate on the search engine, and then you have a more visibility and more CTR. So make sure you make the use of all of this one. Like for example, if you are, as I was saying, giving example of plumber, so you want to use this call out features. And for example, if you are using any promotion, for example, is no call out fees, then you can put it up here. And if you want to show your prices before people click on your ad, let's say you're saying $200 starting price or $300 starting price, so people know that if someone is clicking on the ad, they know, they're already aware of your pricing. Okay, so over here, and then structure snippet, and then your lead form. If you are using, normally I don't use the lead form over here, because I want to drive the traffic to my website so I can have a more data, and I retarget them accordingly. The next point is to study your competitor with your auction insight report. So this is very important, and a lot of people don't know that they can check people who are running the ad against them or people who are their competitor. Most of us know that, okay, we have these people who are competing against us or people who are in the market. But when you run a Google ad, there are the people similar to you who are providing the similar services. You can see that who are those people, and then you can see those people inside the auction report. To see those people who are competing against us, we can see that in the auction report. So all you need to do is go to the campaign, and let's say in your insight and reports, click here and then click on the auction insight. So for example, you can see that these are the people for this particular account. You can see that these are the people are competing against us. Okay, so you can see the top of the page rate, you can see the absolute top of the page rate, and you can see that how much share they are getting of the same same keywords we are targeting or same services we are doing. So this is very, very helpful. So what you can do is you can take this one step further. You can go on to this particular website. You can see their landing page. You can see their how they have organized their website. You can compare what you are missing or what you are doing better. So it is like a mind game, and you understand where are the gap on your website or what you doing better or what is your competitor doing better. It's not about copying, but understanding what you can do better. Other thing is to take this thing one more further step is to use a Google Ad transparency. So what you need to do is come up here, you press Google Ads transparency, and then over here. So this is a Google Ad tool which you can use. You can put your competitor over here, and then it will show you all of their ads if they are running. Okay, as we see here that we can see that, okay, these are the people who are running the ad against us. Okay, and then you can take their, let's say for example, let's say this is a taxi company. So let's go here and then we put it up here. Then you can choose the country. That's the important setting. And then you can see all of their ads are coming, and you can compare the ad copy. You can compare that landing page with your services and see where you are doing good and where you are not doing good. And so you can take those learning and make changes accordingly. So this is a very helpful tool if you are running a small budget and you want to test out what is happening with your competitor as well. So the next thing is use the search term report for your new keyword idea. So where you can find this one is you can come up here and then again inside an report and search term. Over here you can see that, okay, so what are the searches people are doing on Google and which are triggering your ad. So this is a great way to find out a keywords which people are already searching, and if they are doing any sort of conversion, or if those keywords are bringing any conversion. For example, taking this example, so let's say we have a keyword called taxi Melbourne, and then it's in the ad group. We have already added this one, but you can see that how much conversion it has got. So it has got 14 conversion. For example, if this keyword I was not aware of, but this keyword is bringing the traffic, so what I will do, I will add this keyword into my keyword strategy or into my ad group. So you can find out so many related or bottom of the funnel keyword into the search term. So you can do this on a weekly basis or fortnightly basis, depending on how much you need to optimize your ads. For example, taxi phone number. Okay, so this one has bring 2 conversion. So but this thing is not inside our ad group. So if I want, I can add these keywords inside my ads or inside my keywords. Okay, let's go back on the sheet, and over here is use urgency, proof, credibility, localization, and avatar specific ad copy. So if you see that keyword does matter inside your ad, but people don't see keyword, people see your ad copy. That is the only thing that people can click. They don't know about your landing page, they don't know about your keyword strategy, they know about what campaign you have set up, they don't know that what services you are offering. So the first interaction they do have with you is with your ad copy. So the thing you want to make sure that you want to use the urgency. Let's say, for example, Black Friday 20% off, or summer sale 10% off, or let's say you want to say, if you want to more focus on the proof, 100 plus home has trusted us, or 500 plus reviews. So you want people to know that you are a reliable source. You might have any sort of credibility, okay, government of Australian recognized, or recognized by authority, something like that. Or if you are localization is if you are operating in some sort of specific local area, then you want to focus on that localization. Let's say best plumber in Parramatta, or best plumber in Sydney, or best plumber in a north side. So you want, because when people will click those ad and then they will see those things, and then it's a highly likely chance that they will click on your ad, until compared to, let's say, best plumber near you. So that does not make any sense. But if they say best plumber in Parramatta, and the customer who is in a Parramatta, they think, okay, they are local. So that's how the relevancy become. That's how your ad become more interesting, and then you have better CTR, or you have more clicks on your ad. The more clicks you have, the better is your ad going to be, or the performance of your ad going to be. Okay. And another thing which is most of people don't even know, that they use a auto recommendation provided by Google. You don't want to use that one if you are dealing with a small budget, because you want to control as much as you can. So to turn off the auto recommendation, which I don't recommend for anyone who have a limited amount of budget, what you want to do is go into the recommendation, and inside of the recommendation you will see auto apply setting. So if over here you will see that only few of them have been getting used, but the thing is they are spending more than $200 to $300 per day on their ad spend. So if you are spending less than $100, you want to unselect everything which is available here, because you want to control by yourself. Then Google is controlling for you. Okay, so this is the setting. Make sure you turn it off. Okay, and the last point is focus on LTV, then CAC. So what is LTV and CAC? So CAC is a customer acquisition cost. So what it costs you to acquire that customer, and LTV is a lifetime customer value. So if you acquire that customer, how much that customer is worth to you for the lifetime. For example, if your acquisition cost is at $200, but that customer will going to use your services for $10,000 over the lifetime, then have $200 seems cheap. But most of people, what they does, they see, okay, it costing me $200 for per lead. It's very expensive. I'm not gonna use the Google ad again. But they don't see that the lifetime value of the customer. So if you compare the lifetime value of the customer with your CAC, or customer acquisition cost, then you can make a better decision with your Google ad. So this is a very deep dive on how you can make sure that you use small budget to its effectiveness, and making sure that you don't burn the budget if you are managing a small Google ad budget. So follow this framework, which is a very simple framework, small framework, single focus, micro location and messaging, affordable intent and keyword, and lean structure, and learn and optimize fast. You can use this checklist, which is absolutely free, and you can go with it. Will tell you on when to optimize, when not to optimize, what is the priority level on that one. And then if you do this one on a regular basis, your ad will become profitable, and you will be able to generate more leads, more sales out of your Google ads. And that's it for this video. And If you want to learn more, or if you are interested in joining my free Google Ad community where I share all of the tips, it's a community of like-minded people who are learning Google Ad, who are sharing the tips, who are sharing the tricks. It's absolutely free. There's a link down below, and join if you see it's valuable, and leave a comment, like, and subscribe if this video has provided you any sort of value. I see you in the next video. Thank you very much.